Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Erica and I'm so glad you're here. Today I'm making a vintage-inspired pot of gold centerpiece for St. Patrick's Day. My inspiration was an atomic mid-century lucite and wire kinetic sculpture like this one. I love atomic mid-century kitschy decor. Okay, let's do this. My husband 3D printed open leaf clovers and a pot with a coin lid with a slot for coins. You can definitely buy the materials too. I've put links in the description. I primed and spray painted both the pot and the lid. Once the paint on the pot was completely dry, I went in with a coat of UV resin to smooth everything out and give it a shiny appearance. You can see that I'm using a small paintbrush here to get into the detail of the handles. And rather than use a larger paintbrush for the body, I just continued with this small paintbrush. Once you use a brush for UV or regular resin, it can't actually be used for anything else, and I didn't want to sacrifice another brush. Once I was all done with the resin, I hit it with the heat gun to pop any bubbles and smooth it out a little more and put it under my lamp for 15 minutes total. I placed the clovers on resin tape used for filling open bezels. I filled the openings with UV resin and green bean glitter from Mr. Nola's. You want to make sure this does get cured on both sides, so if you don't have a two-sided lamp, you'll want to cure it top side first and then do it again with it flipped over. I wanted rainbows to go with my Clover charms, so I used this candy mold from Joann. In order to color it, I went ahead and painted the mold itself with mica powders. The thing with mica is that the only color that will show is the one that's actually touching the mold itself. So if you have exposed areas of the mold that get color on it that are not supposed to have that color, you want to make sure you wipe that off. I use a micro brush and some alcohol. It only had space for 4 colors, so I made sure that I used orange and green because those are traditional St. Patrick's Day colors. I ended up using 2-part epoxy resin to make these, and I colored it using the white mica I used for the clouds. My original plan was to use UV resin, which I did do, and it went so wrong. The UV resin ended up with huge bubbles in it, I'm not sure why, and it didn't actually pick up any of the color. You can see right here what happened. The 2-part resin worked perfectly, of course. Here I'm going in and I'm covering the white part with UV resin so I can glitter it. I used Mr. Nola's glitters, Pina Colada, which is a really nice bright white, which has a blue color shift. It shifts pink at times as well, but it's mostly blue. Oh, I just thought it would look really cute on this rainbow, along with the other Clover charms I'm going to use. And then I covered everything in UV resin. I spray painted the lid gold, and then I used Tack It over and over and applied gold flakes with that. These gold flakes are a menace, just be warned. They fly everywhere, they stick to everything, and it's impossible to get it off of stuff, but it looks so pretty. I finished it using clear gloss spray paint. I hot glued some Clover charms to the front of the pot for decoration. I got these from Joann, and they are the Flair brand. I actually can't find them on their website, so I included a link to some comparable charms from Amazon. In order to set the wires with the charms on the ends of them, I used hot glue at the bottom of the pot. I waited a little bit for it to cool and dry a bit, and then I placed them in and held them until they dried. Here's a better look at them. Unfortunately, I lost the footage of me putting these together. I just used UV resin. And once those were set, I went ahead and applied some more hot glue where they came out of the coin slot in the lid, just for some extra stability. And here's a little bit of a better look down on those charms on the wires. I just used 16 gauge floral wire from Joann fabric. One thing I didn't bank on was the fact that once I put these in place, I could not actually screw the lid in place. So in order to make sure it stayed connected to the pot, I took some UV resin and gold glitter, and I just went around the edge of it, making sure that both the rim of the pot and the lid had the resin on it. And I flash cured it as I went, so I didn't have to worry about it dripping or sinking or anything like that. I did actually use it to make some drips and things just for some added interest. I did a couple of layers of this until I was happy with it. Here's the centerpiece all done. It turned out really cute. I really like it. You can see the drips that I made there. It actually matches like perfectly with my table runner, which is a retro floral green and yellow pattern that I have out specifically for St. Patrick's Day. I really love the way this project turned out. I had a vision and it turned out almost exactly like the vision, so that's really cool. That hardly ever happens. I hope you guys enjoy this centerpiece and use it as inspiration to make your own fun decor. You can find me on these other socials. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and of course subscribe. Thank you so much for being here. Take care, be well, and I'll see you soon.